I'd now like to call upon Councillor Jim Fitzpatrick to propose the formal motion for the election of the Civic Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It makes me very proud that Councillor Philip Fitzpatrick be and is hereby elected Civic Mayor of the Metropolitan Borough of Tameside for the ensuing municipal year. Mr. Mayor, when I say I've known Philip all my life, I literally have known him all my life. He's the fourth child of Joe and Rose Fitzpatrick's 11 children. I'll just point out I'm number 8. He came to England at the age of 4 on the overnight ferry with his parents, brothers and sisters, 6 children in all. Moving into number 1 Croft Street in the centre of Hyde, that became their family home. When the 8th child was born, the family then were rehoused by Hyde Borough Council to a house in Newton. And that then was our family home for the most of our lives, really. Philip attended the local primary school, St Paul's RC, and he was only one of 2 11-year-olds to pass as 11 plus. Philip went to grammar school, which was handy because it was only across the road from where we used to live. He didn't settle in grammar school. He didn't really like the education that he got there, and he left as soon as he could at the age of 15. He got a job as an apprentice turner at Landis Maidens in Hyde. And after a couple of years working there, he said to the foreman one day, he said, "When I qualify as a turner," he said, "I'll be in this job for a good time, will he?" And the foreman said, "Aye, lad." He said, "You qualify as a turner, you'll be in engineering for the next 40 years. And Philip thought, "I'm not standing over this lathe for the next 40 years, and handed his notice in. So he left Landis Maidens, tried another few different jobs, didn't suit anything, but what he really wanted to do was travel around Europe, and that's what he did. He left and went around Europe, went fruit picking in France. He was a street entertainer in Spain, which served him better in later life. And then he moved to that well-known European country, Israel, where he went working on a kibbutz, or a commune as we know it. But eventually he did return back to England, and he got a job in Norths, bought a house on Nelson Street, and he says that was one of the happiest times of his life. He became a member of the trade union, becoming the shop steward for the area, and he was settled in Norths. But then a friend of his persuaded him to become a driving instructor, and Philip got a job working for British School of Motoring as a driving instructor. But he always felt he could do better than that, and he set up his own business, and he formed Qualified School of Motoring. Very successful business at the time. But it was Thatcher's years, the motto of loads of money, and it came to an end, and so did Philip's business. He ended up as a single parent with 2 children living in a rented property in Cllr Bridge. But Philip's a fighter. He fought back, he got a job, got back to working, put both his children through university, and he moved back to Newton and became a councillor in 2009. Now, he's a man of the people, Philip. He's had lows and he's had highs in his life, and that's why he'll be an excellent ambassador for Tameside. Now, I'll just give you a story, because it won't be like Fitzpatrick not to give a story, really. When we were young, we always used to go to Rhyl on holiday, and I was walking along the beach with my dad one day. I was walking behind him, and I was jumping in, trying to keep in his footsteps. And he stopped me, he said, "What are you doing?" He said, I'm walking in your footsteps." He said, "Lad," he said, "don't walk in my footsteps. Walk in the same direction, but if you walk in my footsteps, nobody will know you're here. The tide will soon be in and wash our footsteps away." Now, Philip is walking the same path as my dad walked. My dad was the mayor of Tameside in 1987. And it's not true that, as Philip is only the second mayor to come from Newton that you've got to be called a Fitzpatrick to become a mayor if you live in Newton. But it's 29 years ago since my dad was mayor. It didn't seem that long, but it is. Philip will be the mayor of Tameside as my dad was before him. He'll walk the same path, but he won't be walking in his footsteps. He'll be making his own stamp on the mayoralty. He'll be an excellent ambassador for Tameside, and I so move.
I, Philip Martin Fitzpatrick, having been elected to the office of Civic Mayor for the Tameside Metropolitan Borough, hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties thereof according to the best of my judgment and ability. Right, we're all sorted now. So, may I first of all thank all the members of the Council for bestowing me with this great honour. I am delighted and so very proud to stand here as your new Civic Mayor, following in the footsteps of many wonderful mayors. As many of you will know, my father Joe was Mayor between 1987 and 88. He really enjoyed being Mayor, Dad. He was supported by my mum, Rose, and I hope that I can enjoy myself as much as he did in my mayoral year. Our retiring Mayor and Mayoress, Vinnie and Julie, will be a hard act to follow. They have served the borough well and have been excellent ambassadors for this council. They have attended a number of my events in Hyde that I have held for them. It's been a pleasure for me to work alongside them this year as Deputy Mayor, and I hope to continue their good work over the coming months. I look forward to working with the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Janet Cooper, and her consort Dennis, who is also a Fitzpatrick, so we're sneaking them in quietly. Janet and I made a great team as Chair and Deputy Chair of High District Assembly, and I know we'll work together in our new civic roles. We hope to attend as many events as possible during the year, and I look forward to working with people of all ages. I am especially looking forward to visiting as many schools as possible and meeting young people from right across the borough. I have always done my best to make a difference in the community, and I hope to continue to do that by raising funds for my mayoral charity appeal. But I would just like to say at this point, I won't be jumping out of any aeroplanes, Dawson Lane. And with that in mind, I would like to announce this evening that the Mayor's Charity this year will be dedicated to helping Tameside for Good, Citizens Advice Bureau and Willowwood Hospice, together with a number of other local charities. I hope you will all help me in raising money. I'll just have a quick slide. Thank you, Kieran. I know I'm a lucky boy. I've got some wonderful friends and a wonderful family behind me. And I'd like to thank you all here for being here this evening to share this occasion with me. I would also like to thank my friends and colleagues on the Council for your good wishes and unwavering support, especially my brother Jim, who I didn't hear anything he said, but I'm just assume it was all nice what he said about me. And Councillor Joe Kitchen, and also for all his help and his guidance throughout my time as an elected member. Without him, I think I'd have really struggled. I know I have a busy year ahead, but I also know it will be a very rewarding, and I promise to work extremely hard for this council and for the people of Tameside. I hope you can all be proud of what I achieved. Thank you once again.